What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Redditgoss. On this channel, we read and react to the juiciest stories Reddit has to offer. Today, we'll be discussing stories from the subreddit r/Am I the Asshole. All relevant links will be posted in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, I'd like to wish you all a very happy and healthy Merry Christmas. I hope you all enjoy the day with your family and friends. And since it's the holiday, I had to go through and pull us some Christmas stories. So let's jump right in and see what's up. I, 35 female, and my husband, 35 male, have 2 little boys, and our oldest is just now getting into Santa and the magic of Christmas, which is also my favorite time of year. Last year, we had a newborn and a 1-year-old, and I felt bad that my mother-in-law, 70-year-old female, was alone. Divorced, grown kids, we are the only ones in town, and invited her to come over for Christmas Eve and stay the night to experience the magic with our kids. Little did I know that this gesture would turn into her taking over making cookies with our oldest, inserting herself into watching movies with him and play games without me and my husband. While it was sweet, the worst part was that she decided that she was Santa without mentioning it to us until the kids went to bed and put out all these toys for both of them and was shocked when I said, well, we have gifts from Santa too we want to put out. Essentially, she took over the role of parent and it crushed me. Yes, my kids were too little to understand, but she made sure she was in every video/photo, helping them with every present. Her behavior was over the top and made me feel like she was trying to be the mother. She has done this in other areas of our lives, but we have let it go because she is alone and we want her to have a relationship with our kids because my husband and I never knew our grandparents. This year, we are celebrating Christmas at her house literally all day. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. will be spent at her house. So I said this year will be just us 4 at our house alone on Christmas Eve and Christmas morning. Then we will go to her house. She was livid and proceeded to say in front of our kids that she will go tell Santa that he can go to her house too. I said, no, Santa only comes here because this is where the kids live, and she stormed off. I tried to clarify with her that she is welcome to give the kids what she wants, but they are gifts from Grandma, not Santa. While my husband backed me in the moment, it didn't feel like enough. He just repeated what I said and made it seem like it was my choice, which is fine, and I can hold the line, but it was frustrating. When I spoke to him about it, he defended her, saying that she just wants to be with family and join in the magic of Santa, which I said, I want her to be a part of this, but she is taking over my role as a mother and my magic. She already did this with her 3 kids. I'm the mom, it's my turn. I stood my ground and said, we will be with her all day. I'm just asking for us to spend the night together as our family of 4 and an hour or 2 in the morning to do Santa together. He then threw out why I was making it such a big deal because he hates the idea of doing Santa and lying to the kids. Am I the asshole for not letting my mother-in-law join us for Christmas/Santa? Edit to add, thank you all for your comments. This is my first post, so I didn't want it to be too long. There seems to be some questions on her involvement last year, and I may have downplayed it by saying she took over. She literally took over. While yes, we wanted family around for all to enjoy the holidays, she was overbearing and overwhelming. She kicked us out of the kitchen, saying it was her tradition to cookies. My husband never did cookies with her. And she fought with my husband over the movie to watch because she didn't want to watch a kid movie while my son wanted to watch an animated one. So she sat him on her lap and proceeded to talk to him about watching her movie. And then she ridiculed us on letting him eat cookies with her, that it was too much sugar. Christmas morning, she actually pouted and got mad at my 2-year-old for not playing with the toys she got him as Santa and almost told him she was Santa. To top it off, she then lectured me on having my boys too close in age because she did the same thing and I was going to be miserable. There are half the stories that happen. These are half the stories that happened. It was not enjoyable or a happy little celebration. It was miserable. I am not trying to take any magic away from her, just wanting our own time together and not have her be in every little thing. Honestly, I don't care if Santa goes to her house, but because her reactions are that she is Santa, not us, and trying to step in because my husband isn't so keen on it, that's where I want to draw the line. She's one, if you give her an inch, she will take a mile. Wow, this mother-in-law definitely sounds ridiculously overbearing, and it definitely sounds like she's just trying to relive the Christmas experience she had with her kids. Had or maybe didn't have with her kids. Maybe she sees the grandkids as like a second chance, but she's definitely overstepping her boundaries 100%. And the husband definitely needs to have wife's back more on this. But he probably doesn't care because he's not even invested in the whole idea of Santa at all. So let's see what the comments have to say about this. Reasonable Sale 8611 says, not the a-hole. You are just asking to spend Christmas morning at your own house without your mother-in-law. Why are you asking? They're your kids. This is an area where you can use your veto power as a mother. Your mother-in-law is not welcome at Christmas morning. I've been where you are, and I agree it's miserable to feel excluded from your own children's celebrations, to look back and find yourself erased by default because your husband's enmeshment with his mother prevents him from seeing that this is a place where it's unfair to you if he allows her to invade. Don't let it happen. This time will pass away and will never come back. Ad Independence 5815 says, I am a grandma who, at the suggestion of my son and daughter-in-law, live right next door. They always open their stockings before I go over to their house. They open all of the other gifts after I get there, but it's by their invitation. They get to be Santa. I had my turn. Now it's their turn. Alone in the Upwood says, I'm going to become a grandma for the first time in the next few weeks, and I've been practicing for the past 9 months not overstepping and being glad for whatever ways the new parents choose to include me. I never want to be that kind of grandma. I love that this grandma has been practicing. That's really sweet that she wants to be mindful and respectful of the parents to be. That already shows she's going to be a great grandma. Okay, let's look for some more comments. Professional Ruin 953 says, oh, he hates the idea of playing Santa and lying to the kids, but is completely okay with his mother if his mother plays Santa and lies to his kids. Right. Don't go over Christmas Day. Not the a-hole. Follow This Nutter says, exactly. It's awful, but sure, my mom can do it. That's different. Caterpillars Never says, sounds like hubby needs a spine for Christmas. Period. So it seems like Reddit has dubbed this mother not the a-hole. I think any reasonable adult who heard this situation would also believe that she's in the right. She has a right to want to celebrate the holidays with her own family. It's their time to make their traditions, and grandmother will just need to acquiesce. All right, y'all. So we have another story from the Am I the Asshole subreddit, and it just appears that the holiday season causes the grandparents to lose their minds. So let's just jump in and see what's up. Am I the asshole for not letting my daughter's grandparents take her this Christmas? I, 30 female, and the single mother of Clara, 2 female. My pregnancy wasn't planned. I had a no-strings attached relationship with her father, Jack, 30 male, for 7 months when I became pregnant unexpectedly. He lived in another state, but would visit my city monthly for business reasons, and we hit it off after meeting in a bar. We thought about our options regarding the pregnancy, but I decided to keep the baby. Jack wanted to be a part of her life, so we planned to raise the baby together, but not as a couple, just co-parents. Unfortunately, Jack passed away during my pregnancy. Jack's parents, Linda and James, knew that I was pregnant when he passed. We already had done prenatal paternity tests at the time. We were all devastated by his passing, but of course his parents were destroyed by it. Clara is their first and only grandkid, and she became their beacon of light in a dark time, as they say. They have 2 other daughters, Ruth, 37, and Lily, 27, but they don't have children. Ruth is trying to conceive for a long time with her husband, and Lily is child-free and single. Jack's whole family lives in another state, with the exception of Lily that lives abroad. They have a family business, so their life is there, while I have my family and career in my current city, where I live with Clara. Since Clara was born, we have had an agreement, nothing legal, but we all agree with visitations for her grandparents and aunts. They usually visit Clara twice a month. James and Linda are the ones that visit the most, but Ruth also shows up sometimes. I really appreciate their presence in her life. Since the beginning, a point of contention in our relationship was traveling with Clara to their state. They have a big property that's in their family for over 100 years and a family business too. In their small town, they are treated as almost royalty and wanted Clara to experience that. I understand that it's good for my daughter to know her heritage, but I always put my foot down on the idea of their traveling with her without me. I already visited their hometown 3 times with Clara since she was born, but this isn't enough apparently. Our relationship wasn't perfect. I had some issues with Linda meddling way too much on my parenting, but we were civil until I started my current relationship. I've been dating Ted, 34 male, for almost a year, and things are tense with James and Linda. Ted and I don't live together, and he has a daughter, Marie, 4, that lives with him. Linda has expressed disapproval to this constant presence in my house, which is not true. Both of us work a lot, and between our kids and other priorities, we probably see each other 3 to 4 times a week. To Marie having play dates and sleepovers with Clara, and the list goes on. The woman will find a way to comment something even about Ted's car parked in front of my house. Things escalated when 2 weeks ago I emailed Linda, James, and Ruth and invited them for Christmas Eve. Ted and I will have a get-together with our families and close friends. I decided to invite Clara's grandparents so they can spend Christmas Eve with her. But I also let them know that if they prefer, they can take her to lunch on Christmas Day. The next day, Linda texted me that they already had plans to take Clara to their home on Christmas. I said that this is not happening. I didn't hear anything from her for about 2 days. Linda called me stating that she gave me 2 days to cool off and be reasonable. I asked what she meant, and she said that they have rights over Clara and they had waited too much to take her home to Christmas. Now she is bigger and can travel without me. I said that this was never discussed, and I will not let them travel with my daughter without even discussing with me before. Linda said that this was discussed before the travel. I laughed on the call and said she was delusional. Things escalated quickly after that. I was accused of trying to replace Jack in Clara's life. I also said some things that were a little cruel about Jack never even meeting Clara. After Linda hung up on me, James called and tried to quote-unquote reason with me. He let it slip that they bought Clara plane tickets 2 months ago without asking me first. I said there's no way I would let them walk all over me. James lost his temper and demanded that I apologize to Linda or we will go to court over this. I didn't back down and said they were choosing to fight over this, not me. Well, after some time of silence from them, I was served with court papers. They are suing me over custody of Clara and are stating I am unfit as a mother. I already have a lawyer who I consulted before our fight over the phone. She told me yesterday they have almost 0 chance of getting any custody. The most they can get is visitation. But still, I am worried about this becoming a legal battle. People in my life are divided. Part of them think I did nothing wrong by putting up boundaries, and others think it's petty of me to start a fight with my daughter's grandparents when I could let them travel with her for Christmas, when I know they are good grandparents and will take care of her. Am I the asshole? Absolutely not. This lady is not the asshole. What the hell are they talking about? She's old enough. She's 2. You cannot take a 2-year-old away from her parents and fly her to Lord knows where. That is absolutely crossing the line. And I'm really proud of this mother for sticking to her guns. Because for all we know, these parents can put Clara on I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so worked up. For all we know, these grandparents can put Clara on an airplane and never be seen again. Because that is how psychotic some people are behind their family. You know what I'm saying? Especially a grief-stricken family who feels as if the mother is trying to move on too quickly. Even though OP and Jack were never even a thing. They were literally just fuck buddies from what we hear. But I would not trust them with my baby out of my sight for a second. So she's absolutely correct for putting her foot down. Now it looks like the OP has come back around with some clarification. So let's read what she had to say. Some clarifications are needed. Number 1, how Linda and James know details about my life. How they know about Ted's car and Marie's playdates. They do live in another state, but they visit often. At least twice a month, they come to see Clara, and they come to my house to pick her up and to leave her after their outings. This is how Linda realized Ted's car in the front of my driveway, since I live in a gated community, and it's forbidden this type of parking unless it's the homeowner's car. The first time she saw his car, Linda asked if I would call the security to tow the car, and I said no because it was Ted's car. They also used to FaceTime Clara 3 times a week. That's how they learned about some of her play dates and sleepovers with Marie. They called when Marie was still at the house and saw Clara with her. Number 2, they expected my toddler to travel alone on a plane? No. I think I couldn't explain it well enough. James said they would travel to my city, take Clara with them on the plane to their state, and after a week, they would bring her back. She was never supposed to travel alone for what they were planning. Number 3, do I believe they were going to kidnap my daughter? I don't know. I think it's possible. Some comments made me paranoid, to be honest. James said they brought her tickets back, but I don't think I would trust him without proof. Their word means nothing now. 4, do I still have contact with them? No, my lawyer advised me to cut all visits, video calls with Clara, and only communicate with my daughter's grandparents through our lawyers. They are not blocked on my phone, but I will not receive any calls from them. If they text me or email me, I'll have it sent to my lawyer. Trust me, today was all about making an FU binder and documenting every little thing. Thank you all for the advice. And don't worry much. Clara and I live in a very secure community with cameras and armed security. Nobody will take her from me. I'm glad that OP has got legal involved and they are advising her to keep her distance from the grandparents because low-key they sound crazy. Let's get into these comments. Elsa Uncovered says, not the a-hole. They brought plane tickets 2 months ago without asking you. That's not planning ahead. That's delusional travel agency energy. You are Clara's mom and not some vacation rental they can book on Airbnb. OP says, exactly. That's what pissed me off the most. Who does that with someone else's child? They act like Clara is their child, not mine. Our illustrator says, it also seems like they decided they'll do what they want because they can and have money and have rights. And they'll keep Clara away once they have their grubby hands on her. Saying now you're an unfit mother to their precious grandchild. F them. I hope Clara has your last name. Exactly. The fact that they sat there and are trying to call OP an unfit mother sounds like they are really trying to take this baby away from her for good. They don't want to keep traveling back and forth to see Clara, and they're willing to lie so they can have custody of this little girl full time. So no, she should not let them have Clara out of her sight. Period. Tiny Mystery says, as a child of a similar situation, you can steal a child. Do not, under any circumstances, let them take your child on a plane. If they get your child to a different country, that child is gone forever. Be careful. Cedrella Black says, I'll add to this. Don't ever let them have unsupervised visits. Document everything. And even if they are given grandparents' rights, make sure their meetings are in your or another trusted adult's presence. I wouldn't put it past them to try and kidnap your child if they just take her to a Christmas lunch. Let's see. Chaotic Crash, she says, absolutely not the a-hole. Clara is your child. The idea of a 2-year-old traveling without her mother is asinine. You were very kind to encourage the relationship with your daughter. However, they are taking things way too far. They will now get custody. Do not allow them any contact with Clara. They want custody and may just take her. They are clear in what they want. Any further communication with them will be twisted and used against you. Congratulations on your new relationship. You deserve some happiness and some peace. LP responded and said, thank you for validating my feelings. So obviously Reddit has dubbed OP not the a-hole. And I truly do wish her the best with her new boo Ted. I'm glad she's been able to move on and find love. And I do hope that the grandparents, back off and respect her decisions going forward. I'm pretty sure this is gonna put a huge strain on family dynamics going forward. But at the end of the day, as the other commenter said, it was nice that OP even gave them the opportunity to even know Clara. Anyway, let me know what you all think of this situation, what advice you would give the OP. With that being said, I want to wish you all a very happy holiday season, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please consider subbing and hitting the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. See you next time. Bye.